Now we're live.
All right. All right, I will call to order the extra monthly board meeting of the school district of Fond du Lac for May. And first item will be roll call.
Matthew.
Here.
Hawk.
Here.
Goldowski here. Jaeger.
Here.
Geckerman.
Here.
Report on public notice.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Hawk. Public notices are mailed to the Fond du Lac Reporter, radio station KFIZ 107.1 The Bull, WFDL Radio, and agendas are also posted at the entrance doors of the district office, FLC Bessie Allen, Horace Mann, the Spellman Library, and the municipal building on May 6, 2022.
Okay, thank you. All right, item D, a board member share school moment of pride. This is a new thing we've been started several months ago where board members have a
Pledge of Allegiance first.
Oh, okay. I didn't have it on the agenda here, but let's do that. Okay. Pledge of allegiance. I'm sorry. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay. All right. So we've started with each monthly meeting. Each board member will mention something that they're prideful of, happy about, or attended and enjoyed, or that kind of thing in the district. So, who wants to start? Why don't we start on here, John?
Okay. Yeah, I've got a couple today. The first one's for our FLC family, the Mileage Club. Really cool seeing those posts on Facebook. And it's, it's important to me, and I think everyone with the purpose around physical and mental well-being, seeing how proud those kids are with accomplishing 5 miles and more. So really enjoyed seeing that. I want to give a big shout out to Landon for setting the school record for runs batted in. I saw that last week as well. I think that's pretty cool. And he's going to have a great career in baseball as well in life. And then the other piece is just for the community. Really impressed with the feedback I heard this weekend around the survey that's going out around our look at a referendum and how proud our community is of our schools and the work and the effort that everyone in here, including the community, puts into this pride, right? The places that we call our school. So just wanted to give the community a shout out for that.
Mine is not so much that I have witnessed it. I just hear a lot from my husband who helps with the trap team. And they have been doing phenomenal, lots of 25s out of 25, 50 out of 50, which has been fantastic. So our trap team is doing wonderful.
All right. I have a couple things. I guess it's about 2 weeks ago now almost. Went to the chili supper and it was great. Having gone to it over the many years, it was great to see it back. And we had a new location, which was nice. And then, as always, the music and seeing the kids are great. And then we're going to hear a little bit more about that. I sense seeing all the instruments here. And then the other thing, last Saturday night, I tagged along with my wife to the Friendship Learning Center YMCA night, and that was fun. That was really cool. There were registered 450 students and parents there at the Y for this thing and kids enjoyed it. The pool was great, and all the gyms were open and available, and they had food donated, and I think it was donated, and lots of fun. So that was cool to see too. So
Yes, mine. I've been to 2 middle school track meets over the last couple of weeks, one home and one away. And I was really pleasantly surprised by the amount of parental support there and how many people were there supporting the kids. And also just watching the kids encouraging each other. Even though they weren't in a particular event, they were all at the finish line or along the track cheering everybody on. So that spirit was really evident and nice to see.
On Saturday, I was able to attend the high school baseball game, and after 4 to 5 years of not having any home games, it was good to see some baseball being played at home. So I was proud of that moment. There was a lot of hard work put in by the coaches and families of the team members.
all right, thank you. Next item is the superintendent's report, and the first one is the celebrations and the musical announcements.
Tell you, we have, every year it seems to get better and better. I want a big shout out to our music conglomerate back here, and then also Mr. Moyer, and before that, Mr. Fedison, the first part of the year for getting us to where we're at. So thank you very much. Soul Ensemble, also great job this weekend with, hold on, I'm gonna get there. Choral Cabaret, yes, Choral Cabaret. The jazz band Chili Supper was outstanding. I like the new venue with the lights. It kind of looked like they're stars. So great job. And I know Julia, you 1 year under the belt of going down to Florida and really doing a great job down there. And then to have amazing accomplishments of our musicians. Not only do we have high quality concerts, but how they're impacting at the state level is pretty cool too. So what I'm going to do without any further ado, I will turn it over to our music contingency here in leadership to introduce and talk about all of our music celebrations. Come on up.
For those of you that don't know me, I am Julia Leitery. I am the high school band teacher. We had really exciting couple of months. As we said, we went down to Florida, had a very successful trip, as well as performance at Universal Studios. We had the Jazz Chili Supper in the Horace Mann High School Commons instead of the Nest for the first time, which was a really nice welcome change. We had more space. We had some nice ambiance with lights and, great food and community building. And then we ended the month of April with State Solo and Ensemble. We had how many events at district? Was it?
Instrumental?
Yeah, instrumental.
Instrumental 20 between the middle school and the high school.
So we had 20 instrumental events, middle school and high school, and then we had 4 events qualify for state. So I'm gonna put you folks on the spot. If I say your name, you're gonna stand up. So participants who qualified for state, who scored a second, includes Travis Cologo, performed his trumpet. We also had our woodwind ensemble qualify for state, which included Jocelyn Biddle, Anna Bledsoe, Brady Christian, Aiden Fowler, Abby Gilgenbach, Ashley Hall, Alana Harali, Melanie Huff, Victoria Lyons, Carla Martinez, Evelyn Neary, Faith Hallscroft, James Keschendorf, Kylie Wood, and Keegan Zipp. And then we had 2 events that earned a first at state, which was Zach Lewick on his trumpet solo. And then the flute choir, which included Anna Bledsoe, Abby Gilgenbach, Evelyn Neary, Faith Fallsgrove, Brenna Stile, and Kylie Wood. And you are going to hear them perform their piece now.
And as we're getting ready, just FYI, driving bus for track team, Travis, when we went to Fond du Lac, played some music for us on his trombone. It was one of the nicest bus rides I've ever been on. So thank you, as I affectionately call you, TK.
So come on down. You are the next contestants on the playing your flute for the school board. There are. Grab sticks.
If you guys, if you're directing, you guys want to come right here, in front of here.
Can I ask what the Kirby food is?
That is an alto flute.
Very nice. Well, I didn't know what else.
Alto flute.
Now I know.
So what's really cool about, flute choir and flute ensemble, we get to play a lot of different instruments. So we have piccolo, regular flute, alto flute. In the past, we've had bass flute. So I hope you enjoy. This is Masks by Anne McGinty.
very much, and thanks for coming and performing it. Is this your last performance of that flute choir?
Yes.
Yes? Next year, new one.
Yeah.
Yes.
They've been working on it since January. So it's time to put that away and move on to the next thing.
Well, thank you.
Like our vocal event.
Yes, great segue, thank you. Hello, distinguished members of the board. My name is Anthony Rasmussen, middle school and high school choir director. So as you heard the instrumentalists, we'll have a vocal event to showcase as well, but we had really great numbers at the middle school and high school choir. We had 15 vocal events at district solo ensemble, which this year was at Mayville. Some exciting news, if you want to put on your calendar, next year, February 25th, our school district will be hosting the Flyway Conference Vocal and Instrumental Solo and Ensemble. So that's the last Saturday in February 25th, 2023. And then the first Saturday in March 4th, 2023 will be the Instrumental Solo and Ensemble weekend. So hopefully Oriole Nation and music parents, obviously, and any other individuals that want to come help out, be door monitors, room monitors, helping out, assist the judges, the scores, all that good stuff. So we are excited to host for the first time since my first year, which was back in 2013, 2014. So exciting times. With that, we had 2 students of the vocalists that made it to state solo ensemble, and want to recognize those 2 students. As a freshman, Mr. Zach Lewick, who went to state. And as a senior, Mr. Kevin Humphrey, who went to state yet again. And speaking of Mr. Kevin Humphrey, he's going to sing for us song Whither Must I Wander from Rafe Vaughan Williams, and I'll let him explain the significance around this particular piece and what it entails throughout his entire high school solo ensemble career. So Kevin, the floor is yours. Oh, sorry.
Well, I've sang songs from Rafe Vaughan Williams' book of Roads of Travel all throughout my high school career, and every single song that I've sang from his book, I've made it to state and got first. So
Awesome. So here is Kevin for Whither Must I Wander. Enjoy.
why not? Home, no more home for me, whither must I wander? Hunger my driver, I go where I must. Cold blows the winter wind over hill and heather. Thick drives the rain, and my roof is in the dark. Love of wise men was the shade of my roof tree. The true word of welcome was knocking in the door. Dear days of old, with the faces in the firelight. Song, tuneful song, built a palace in the light. Home was home then, my dear, full of kindly faces. Home was home then, my dear, happy for the child. Fire and the windows bright, glittered on the moorland. Song, tuneful song, built a palace in the wild. Now when day dawns on the brow of the moorland, lone stands the house and the chimney stone is cold. Lone let it stand, now the friends are all departed. The kind hearts, the true hearts that love the place of home. Spring shall come again, calling up the moorfowl. Spring shall bring the sun and bring the bees and flowers. Fire and the windows bright, glittered on the stream through the evening flowing air. Fair the day shine as it shone on my childhood. Fair shine the day on the house with open door. Birds come and cry there and twitter in the chimney. But I go forever and come again.
So one exciting fact of teaching both middle school and high school is really getting to see the kids not only grow, vocally, musically, but also just as tiny humans in sixth grade, when they graduate and being senior year. So to see Kevin and all the seniors that I've worked with 7 years, to see that growth is really means a lot to me. And I recognize that at this past weekend's Kroll Cabaret. But one thing I do want to mention too is, vocally, we had a great year. We had our vocal festival this past March, scored a first there. We host that every year as the Flyway Conference. Earlier in the year, that was accepted last year, I believe the 5th student ever accepted in our school district program of the state high school honors music program was Kevin Humphrey. So I wanted to recognize Kevin at this time for that. It's a very grueling process where there's over 1,100 auditions that take place throughout the state, both vocally and instrumentally. And Kevin was the 5th student. And I also want to recognize 2 other vocalists that made it this coming year, both as tenors. He's playing a baseball game right now, but Abraham Maurer, I wanted to congratulate him for making state honors choir. And as a freshman, Mr. Zach Lewitt. Zach. I also want to bring my instrumental colleague because there's more exciting news. But wait, there's more.
Yes, so as Anthony was saying, each year the State Honors Project, there are over 1,000 students that audition every year for only 429 spots. And this year, James Teschendorf auditioned and was accepted on Barry Sax. He's the first. He is the first ever instrumentalist from North Fond du Lac to be accepted. So very exciting. He will be the only Barry Sax player in the State Honors Band. So pretty impressive.
Very nice. And definite major thanks and props to Oriole Nation that has supported these students with the State Honors tuition throughout the years of its inception, at least since I've been here in 2014 when it was established. So I can't thank them enough. And, very exciting vocally, instrumentally, and with theater. I also want to bring one of our co-directors to the floor, Mrs. Catherine Ahrens. Our technical director, Ms. Krista Klonderman, could not make it this evening, but she wishes all of us well, and she's excited to also announce with us. But our 9th annual fall musical, put these dates in your calendar as well, November 4th, 5th, and 6th, 7 p.m., 7 p.m., 2 p.m. That Sunday, you do still, at least for now, there could be rumblings of some changes, but you do still get that extra hour of sleep with daylight saving time that Sunday. So if you want to see the matinee, I don't know the Packers schedule yet. Maybe they're off that Sunday. Who knows? But without further ado, did I mention November 4th, 5th, and 6th? Mrs. Sadoff loves the drum roll, so let's get a drum roll. Our 9th annual fall musical will be
Once Upon
a Mattress.
I love how they have no clue what it is.
And that is fine. That is fine. So Once Upon a Mattress, we're excited to bring that to life, not only on the stage, under the stage, behind the stage, to make everything possible. It takes more than just the 3 of us. A lot of students involved, a lot of people behind the scenes. We can't thank Oriole Nation, the board, the superintendent for all the support, our principal. We're excited to put on another production, a stellar production with so many facets all working together, truly for the success of all. So I can't thank, and I'm very excited to all be involved in. Yes, sir.
Inquiring minds might want to know, since I can't get it up on Wikipedia right now, could you give a synopsis of what this Once Upon a Mattress is about?
So Once Upon a Mattress is essentially the Princess and the Pea. Okay, and you know that Princess and the Pea, you know, where they don't believe that she's the actual princess, and so the queen who wants to keep in power hides a little bitty pea underneath 23 mattresses to see, you know, if she really is. Well, there's more to that story than meets the eye. So check it out. I'm super excited. This is my 7th musical with the district this year. So I'm super excited to be a part of this as I'm not faculty yet, maybe in the future. But I have the wonderful joy of being a part of this fabulous district and working with these absolutely amazing students. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Well, excellent. Well, on behalf of the Board of Education, myself, and all the community and students, thanks for the efforts and time that you put in to give us a Class 1 opportunity for our kids to learn about the arts through either their singing or their playing of an instrument or their being out on the stage and acting. You guys do a great job. Thanks so much. And thanks for coming tonight, parents supporting. I know that sometimes it didn't always sound this good when they were practicing at home. So you have my very much appreciation for that. Thanks for sticking them. And also, I remember growing up, my parents always told me, Aaron, you have to take 2 years of piano and you got to try an instrument. You got to do it through middle school. And I really enjoyed that. And I think for parents backing kids that I know Zach's incredible on the mat, but also incredible with music. And I know that Travis out on the track and does many things and owns a physics world, even if we don't have physics. We have so many great academic and athletes, but we also have amazing musicians. And whatever that instrument is, or voice or something else, thank you guys. Because you set the tone and you make it cool to be a musician in North Fond du Lac. So thank you guys very much. Hold on, go ahead, Ms. Freeman.
Yeah, so I just wanted to thank all 3 of our music instructors up front. You know, so many events that they talked about this spring. This Saturday was just a good reminder. So attending Choral Cabaret, and I know that we're going to have the same thing happen at Strezick. Just the seniors graduating remind us why we're here. And it was to Mr. Rasmussen on Saturday, but I know that Ms. Leiter will have the same love at the Strezick concert. But just hearing how much these educators have touched the lives of these students, how they have made a safe place for them, how they have enriched their lives, how for many of them, this is the reason that they're coming to school to be a part of this music program. And we heard over and over from the seniors Saturday night just how much this means to them. Some of those students who I could never do this in high school, and I give them tons of credit, but if you have a chance, please watch the live stream. We had kids that if you would have told Mr. Rasmussen or myself or their parents that they would have sang a senior solo, we never ever would have believed them. And there were performances this weekend that were just tremendous. Again, some that were extremely touching because of the amount of effort it took for that student to step out of their comfort zone, out of everything, and get on that stage and sing. And it's just a real tribute to the educators that we have here and the amount of respect that is shown between students and teachers. So I thank all of you. I'm blessed to work with you, as are our students, and thank you for sharing all the musical talents with us.
Well, excellent. Well, thank you very much, Board. Anything that you want to add?
Congratulations, it's pretty special tonight.
Yeah, it's a great job. Great to see you all here too, to help us understand what you guys do and how we can help you as board members too, so.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys very much. Appreciate it. Well done. Well done. I'll get Ms. Klonderman tomorrow.
There we go.
And you guys can stay for the rest of the meeting if you want. Otherwise, we'll go with a momentary pause if you would like to transition to a Bucks game or something else.
There's no Bucks game tonight.
Huh?
I don't think there's a Bucks game.
There is.
There is?
They didn't talk to us. I don't know why they scheduled
We're going home now.
it. Good job. Good job, Jared. Good job.
Good job. Hey, congratulations. I didn't realize. Yeah, that's a big time stuff. Well done. What do you do for me? You think that's what I need? This is what I need.
I don't know why.
That's not a
This
cool
is
race.
better than any music.
All right, and there we go. It's like old times, everybody. Or for Terry and Rick and John, it's like old times again. Interesting. Well, thank you guys very much. I appreciate you making time for this one today, and Anthony and Catherine and Julie do a great job. And all I do is ask them to come. That's it. And then they're the ones who decide. I didn't know what was going to be played tonight or anything to decide to do it. And what I love about what they do is they give so many opportunities. Like what's so great about our staff, be it an incubator ED or be it in music or athletics, they always want to find a place where we can be recognized on a bigger scale. Back in the day, I know it was always like, well, we're not going to apply for this or we're not going to do that because maybe people didn't know or they didn't think it was important. But for our kids, no matter what, like a Zach Luke, I mean, it's amazing. Not only did he qualify for singing, but also for trumpet. And his dad's a trumpet player. And to be able to have those opportunities and for our staff to recommend and then go through the paperwork and that time and the effort to get there, it's amazing. So just a big shout out. It's not just in music, it's all over. And I think that's what makes our district even stronger is by our staff looking out for opportunities for our kids. So excellent. All right. So moving on, update on facilities. I sent out the email in the call last Thursday. You guys, the whole staff got the survey. That'll be coming out as an email to everybody sitting here in our district. Everybody, even if you don't live here, but you work here, or if there's parents that don't live here, but have children that go here, we'll be able to segregate that information of, approval. Like I just saw my brother-in-law, school choice from Oshkosh. He says, I'm voting for everything. It's not gonna cost me anything, right? So we'll be able to look at, to segregate what those things are. So just any questions that you have about the survey?
You mentioned email. Is it just email?
No, it'll be also mailed to every single post box, and I think there's 5 different routes. 54937, and then Vicky, whatever your zip code is up in Van Dyne.
54979.
Yep. So any route. So another thing that I love about this is we share routes, like the route that's like Laconia or Rosendale, Brandon or Oakfield. We can't just stop just in our district. So it might end up going to a couple other people that live in other districts that can kind of see what's going on. So a little free advertising on that. So, but otherwise, thank you so much for your help. It took 14 edits to get there. And then, how the survey is developed. You can see that, the operational referendum question along with the $20 million capital referendum are there. And those are the 2 main ones for us for functioning that as we look at what our main needs are. But then we also have that on the Oriole Athletic Complex. So there isn't a standalone question on that by design because, that's not something I'd recommend doing that without doing the other things that I think when we look at academically from an operational standpoint are more critical. But I think it's smart to get out there and let people know that we have a plan and see what happens. John, you said you were hearing some stuff this weekend.
Yeah,
Anybody else, if you heard anything?
Yeah, I mean, I think the cool part, one comment from a community member was, I'm probably going to misquote a little bit, but essentially really enjoy that we're forward thinking on, how we continue to have world-class facilities. So there was no other comment than that they appreciated that we were forward thinking. And then a few of the other comments were around just inclusion, right? And asking for that feedback through the survey and having them be able to determine what's best for the community. So,
yeah.
I mean, we'll probably get more feedback once the survey
Oh, yeah.
officially goes out, but.
And remember, let everybody know and everybody listening, we're recommending based on information and projections of where we think we're at and what needs are. But this is the community school district. And I appreciate all of you guys running and being elected to sit in those seats. And then as your consultant to say, this is what we believe that we need. And then we'll let the community decide with the feedback. And then that feedback will matter to how we will look at formulating those questions or not, or what that looks like when they come back in June, and then spend July kind of mulling things over. And then if whatever feedback is, if we're going to have referendum questions, that will be in August. So I just want everybody who's listening or watches this, know that just as it was with the other referendum, we're recommending what we think would be best, and then it's up to the community to decide of what they believe is the right answer, and we'll very much honor it. All right, I guess that's it for that one, unless you guys got anything else. All right, the next one, I'll talk with Samantha, and we'll have our top 10 here at our next meeting. And then we'll have the salutatorium, and I think we got like 4 of them, I don't know, and the valedictorian, so we'll have them here. And so we'll have that coming up. And then the 23rd board meeting. Ted can be here at 5:30. We'll talk more about that later on, but he'll be here to help us with the workshop. So before the board meeting, he'll either be here in person, he has to work and walk all day, or we'll have him right there, kind of like, Max Headroom. I just remembered that. That's a time before now. Remember Max Headroom back in the day? That's like Zoom before we knew what Zoom was. So Ted will be here to kind of follow up with what we did before, and everybody was here for that. So Rick, you were in the crowd, so you experienced that also. I think we're in good shape. And then retirement party, June 1st. You can see that. We're keeping the cost pretty low, heavy appetizers, and we're inviting everybody from 19, 20, 21, and 22. So we already gave cakes and stuff to the 20 and 21. We got some more stuff for the 22, but we're inviting everybody to come to celebrate since we didn't have that opportunity. And that's at the back room if you've not been to the top shelf, Main Street. It's Carrie and Craig Koenigs have a beautiful room in the back. That is where we'll be located. So that's on June 1st. If you can come, just let Sarah know, and you should have gotten an invitation. Anything else that you guys can think of? All right, new business.
Okay, item 1 is to discuss and consider educator contracts and administrator salaries for the 2022-2023 school year.
I sent you all that information based on the feedback and direction that you gave me. There is one new one, now Stacey Weber, who's 6th grade, special education at BAMS, currently at CESA 6. You got the information there. That's Wayne's wife, so that's kind of be fun. We're gonna have a little Rosadale Brandon here. So
Yeah, it's hard to believe. I think that she could do better than Wayne, but that's okay.
yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we won't. And I did tell her, and Wayne, I hope you're watching, or at least maybe we'll send you this clip. I don't want her to say how good it is here. I don't want him to feel bad. So no, but she's really gonna do a great job. And people are excited for her to come. Actually, Chris Schultz and the high school special ed team interviewed some people. So I'm hopefully going to have a couple special ed at the high school to fill that out. But otherwise, Sans Tech Ed, which I don't know if we're ever going to get anything there. We have that covered now. But otherwise, we're pretty full. It's pretty amazing too. So that's the list. You had the list, and then you had all the information. So it'll be the list that was included, and then the information. The administrators aren't getting new contracts except for one, and I'll talk more about that later on with Dave. But otherwise, it's all just updating their salary because all the administrators are under contract for next year already.
All right. So the new one, and then she's included with all the.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I can vouch for her real quick. Stasha, I subbed together a little bit. She was around before she went to, and out at Laconia, in the charter school they had there was 2 teachers, and when they go to functions or training or whatever, there are several times that I've spent the day with her, and she's just a delightful person and an outstanding educator. So I will highly vouch for her.
Excellent.
All right, then I will entertain a motion to discuss and consider educator contracts and the salaries. You want that all together?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Administrator salaries for the next school year.
I'll move we issue the contracts and approve the salaries.
I'll second.
When you're ready, roll call.
Matthew,
Yes.
Yeager,
Yes.
Geckerman,
Yes.
Hack,
Abstain.
Goldowski, yes.
And then what you guys will see in there, is this letter. That takes some input from you guys that I'll send out with the contracts. So we'll check that out and then we can all sign that, but it's got information on this year's contracts, the process you guys went through. So a letter that can accompany the contracts to the staff. And I put that in your manila folder too.
All right. Carried there. And next item is to discuss and consider 2022-2023 student fees.
No changes over the past couple of years. We did have a change with the solo ensemble to make that more streamlined, so it made more sense, but that was about 4 years ago. All the other fees haven't increased. Our lunch, as long as we have a positive fund balance in our lunching account, we don't have to raise those fees. It's been free universal breakfast and lunch for the past couple of years. I think that's probably gonna end in June, so we'll see what happens with that. But if it continues, and it still is, but if not, this will cover that, and these are the same fees that we had last year and the year before.
And I'll entertain a motion to approve the student fees for next school year.
Yeah, I can make that motion.
I'll second. Roll call?
Geckerman,
Yes.
Hawk,
Yes.
Goldowski, yes. Jaeger,
Yes.
Matthew.
Yes.
All right, motion carried. Item 3, discuss and consider boys and girls track cooperative with the Oakfield School District for the 2023-2024 school district.
All right, so what we have is working with Oakfield. We co-op with them for cross country, and they've started a tracking. They didn't have one until I believe it was last year, the year before, or maybe 19, maybe it was right before COVID. But their numbers are going down. I think, what was it, Vicky, like 8 next year or something, they said. So Coach Brittany is good friends with Coach Drews, and they don't have a track. So it just makes sense. It'll help enhance. I mean, we have a lot of things we could fill. I think having soccer, baseball, softball, we got a lot of opportunities for kids in spring. In track, we could use some more people to help our relays be more competitive, to push our kids a little bit more. Plus, I think when you have runners running together in cross country and then in track, I think that's going to be a really big thing that can really help us. So, so they were kind of, they wanted to go on their own, but they realized this could be a great thing and it would be a great thing for us too.
I think they're, historically, at least their baseball and softball programs have been really good. And I think that's where their numbers, and it being a small school, I can see why the track program is hurting, so.
And we only have, I mean, it's not like back in the day where we just did sports. That's what we did, because we didn't have that much more. There's so much, we got track going on. I mean, we got a lot of things going on where, yes, we do have 460 kids in the high school, but it's a little bit different. And, anything we can do to give kids opportunities. And plus, when we co-op with people, I think our co-op with the Springs for boys soccer and with wrestling, that's been a huge plus for friendships and to help us grow too. So, yeah, I think it'll be a good thing.
And you'll have coaches.
Yes, which is yeah. And ones that know what they're doing. I'm not saying anything, yeah. I don't.
Videos.
Okay. All right. Did we go on there?
I did not yet.
Okay. All right, I'll entertain a motion then to approve the co-op with Oakfield for boys and girls track.
I will make a motion for the 23-24 season.
Second.
Roll call?
Goldowski, yes. Matthew.
Yes.
Hawk,
Yes.
Jaeger,
Yes.
and Geckerman.
Yes.
All right, the next item G is closed session. I will entertain a motion to move to closed session to discuss superintendent review and contract under state statute 19.851C.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
And roll call?
And then a second. Do you say the time after we get in?
I'd say just right now is good, and then when we come out is good.
Geckerman,
Yes.
Jaeger,
Yes.
Matthew,
Yes.
Hawk,
Yes.
Goldowski. Yes.
Just an FYI,
Look at how much fun they're still having in the parking lot, talking to the teachers and the musicians and stuff like that. Yeah, it's good stuff.
All right, Oriole Nation Online. Have a good one. We will see you in 2 weeks at a bonus meeting, 2 of them in May. Have a good one.